Hey, girl. Hi, dear listeners. We're back.
And hello, Dolly.
And hello, Mamie.
Dolly. I mean, this is our sainted angel Barbara Streisand celebrated her birthday.
Oh my God!
week.
I have something downstairs. Damn it! I should have brought it up here. So I was at the Walgreens right beside my house.
That's not the Walgreens.
The Walgreens right beside my house, and I was checking out with my bag of pistachios and my fizzy water. Girl, I had a craving.
That's really the only reason to go to Walgreens is for discount nuts.
It really is. It's the only place you can find unsalted cashews, roasted unsalted cashews. I do not like a lot of salt on my cashews. I know that discount nuts, I'm letting it go.
Nuts, girl. You hate salty nuts.
I mean, we ain't going to get into my kinks right here. Anyway.
You like when they're buttery.
I don't even know what that means, but no, I don't.
I don't either, but it sounded funny.
Just dunk them in that butter. Anyway.
Buttery nuts.
Nut butters. Anyway.
That's how they make it, right?
Oh, God. Anyway, I was checking out with my discounted nuts and my fizzy water, and I look over to the right at the magazine rack. You know, that thing you never look at.
Nope, not at Walgreens.
And on sale, Women's World Weekly, the Barbara Streisand edition.
Shut up.
I grabbed it and purchased it. And, like, as I was leaving, because I didn't even look, see how much I paid. Girl, that thing was $16.
Oh, it's one of those special edition magazines cost a lot.
Yeah,
I know, my mom sent me one about the Obamas. Like, she mailed me one. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Speaking of the Obamas, have you seen the travesty?
Not yet.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I have heard a lot of, Black Twitter has basically been talking about revoking Viola Davis's icon card.
She does two acting things I just do not understand. Number one, she puts Vaseline on her lips, so she always has them out and like talking kind of like Michelle Obama does.
She doesn't always look like that when she talks.
No, she doesn't. And the other thing she does is she does this weird ass accent where it sounds like, do you remember the accent that what's his doodle does in Tropic Thunder whenever he's being
Yes.
Do you know who I'm yes. The mentally yes.
Yes.
That accent. She sounds like it is oh my God. But Michelle Pfeiffer, Big Betty Ford, fantastic. Like Michelle Pfeiffer is just rocking.
You know where Michelle Pfeiffer stands, though.
Girl.
Speaking of I was gonna say old Hollywood, but speaking of 80s Hollywood,
I was about to say Michelle Pfeiffer's not old Hollywood yet.
No, it's 80s Hollywood, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
I read a very interesting story yesterday about Romancing the Stone.
Oh, I sent you that story.
Oh, that was you who sent that?
Yeah, about Deborah Winger biting him.
Oh my God! I was like, I forgot already that you sent it to me.
Yeah, girl, I read that. I was like, and have you?
As soon as you said Michelle Pfeiffer, like that story.
Have you seen this?
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall of that restaurant to see Michael Douglas breaking down and apparently in tears over this. Like he was that upset about the prospect of working with her.
So, dear listeners, the story is that Deborah Winger and Michael Douglas went out to dinner at like a Mexican restaurant when they were getting ready to make Romancing the Stone. Instead of Kathleen Turner, they had chosen Deborah Winger because she was hot at the time.
She was so popular then.
And like they had a couple of drinks, and you know how people normally like punch each other on the shoulder and everything. It would say good game, she bit him and drew blood. And like he apparently screamed in pain. And like, yeah.
And at this point, like Deborah Winger was like maybe like B+ list celebrity. Michael Douglas was AAA celebrity at this point.
She was on her way up because she was in that one. She died a couple of times.
B+. I said B+.
She's real good at dying. She is.
No, she is really good at dying.
The woman can die.
She's still she was still my favorite female character in Thank God It's Friday. Like still to this day, I still think she was amazing in that movie, and does not get the respect she deserves.
Oh God. Well, dear listeners, before we were talking about this, we were talking about Maim and I had a little conversation. We had to get back up to date. Dear listeners, if you have not watched Heartstopper on Netflix, I want you to go and watch it. I do. It is the first 2 episodes are fantastic. It's a gay love story. Oh my God, Maim, did you know that I'm gay?
Oh, well, that explains that wedding. I thought for a minute, I was like, am I at the right place? I mean, I see him there, but I don't see a bride. There's no bride around.
The funniest part about that wedding was, and I did not do this on purpose, dear listeners, it was held at the Raleigh City Museum.
It was nice.
And my table was right in front of like the segregation era, and there's some pictures of me sitting there eating food with whites only behind me, the whites only door.
That was an iconic wedding. It
was fun. It was fun.
Like our two marriages to our spouses were so different from each other.
What was yours like? Since
You mean what was ours like? Oh, we got married in the back booth of the Japanese restaurant that we had our first date. That's where we got married.
That's adorable.
I guess. It's not. I mean, we did it then because my husband at the time wanted to leave his job so he could go on private practice, and he needed insurance.
How romantical.
I mean, it's not like we weren't going to get married. Yeah. It was just like, he was just miserable. And I was like, what is the reason? Why can't you just do it? He's like, there's just too much to consider. I was like, why don't we just do this thing? And we'll have a ceremony later. And then COVID happened.
So if you want to have a ceremony, I am a certified by the interweb minister, and I will come down there and wear my Michelle Obama white outfit, white dress. Dearly beloved, and y'all.
You should just say dearly beloved and start reading from the book Beloved. Beloved. Speaking of dresses, okay. This is a real thing, and I'm not kidding. I saw this yesterday when I went to Julian's, as I do. So there is a dress pattern that is based on Jill Biden's inauguration look, that blue coat and blue dress. Okay. And there is a dress pattern based on Kamala Harris's like lavender power suit that she wears.
That thing is phenomenal.
I know. When I saw it, I was like, oh. And there used to be, although I don't think it's in there anymore, there used to be a dress pattern based off of Melania's inauguration look as well. But of course, that's not. It's not as
is there one based off Hillary Clinton's little dress suits?
I think so. Actually, you're right. I think there is one of those as well. But I guess I didn't catch it. But it was just like the Jill Biden one is so like it's just it. I mean, you're just like as soon as you flip the page, you're like,
it's not that difficult to browse.
Girl. I mean, she's very, she's
a professor.
She's a professor. She's very, she's Jill.
So speaking of beloved. I tried now. Dear listeners, I am a Toni Morrison stan, okay? The Bluest Eye is one of my favorite books, and every white person should read it. But I tried to read Beloved, and I made about halfway through, and I read at night before I go to bed. Girl, It gave me some creepy ass dreams of a little ghost girl and the man having the sex with her, and I could not. I had to quit. I was like, damn it, beloved.
I mean, I. So fun fact about me. I don't think I've ever told you this, but
oh no.
I actually, so every night, you know how people listen to like white noise?
Mm-hmm.
So every night for me, I actually listen to British mysteries on audiobook.
Yeah.
And those can really do some numbers if you're not sleeping deep enough and you can still hear it going on as you're drifting off. Those can set up for the night for some really interesting stories in your mind. My husband
found a BBC broadcast that talks. It's a history debate.
Yes.
And that's what he goes to sleep to.
Oh my gosh, send that to me. Send it to me.
I'll find it. It's like it's just a bunch of boring old British men talking very plainly about history, and he's like, it's very interesting, but it puts you right to sleep.
Yeah, there's another
girl. Speaking of being put right to sleep, did you know we have a Patreon?
Shut up. We do not.
Dear listeners, if you go
sleeping on it, you've been
patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money.
Don't sleep on our Patreon.
Speaking of sleeping on your Patreon, Maim, did you know that we have another podcast?
What? No.
Yes, it's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Isn't that exciting? What is this face? What is this face?
I had a weird itch. I'm really wanting to shave right now, but I know I can't because that's not on brand. So I'm just trying to deal with it.
Why can't you? What do you mean?
Because it's like my signature thing, right? I actually don't really like how I look in drag out without my beard, to be very honest. Well, I really don't like it.
Girl, you can just trim it down.
No, I'm going to do that, but like it's right now, it's just in that zone where I'm like, I'm just doing everything I can to not have, you know how I am, to not have my moment where I just take it all off.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've been trying to.
So you're in the highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, I am. And it's it's starting to get warm because it's May here, and
it's gonna be May.
I know. I haven't listened to it yet today. I need to.
My husband's never heard of that.
Mine either. I was so confused yesterday. One of our friends shared like the pre meme.
Yeah.
And he looked over at me and he was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Are you serious?" And it was the nice one. It was the one that has like Justin in the corner, like looking up, like.
Yeah.
And I looked at him. I think that was probably the I've never looked at him more disgusted in my life. I genuinely was like, how have you missed this for the last decade and since social media has been a thing?
Decade. And my husband is younger than me, like significantly younger.
And I share different memes about it every year because I think it's hilarious.
Oh, the reason all this, you know what? I was just brought back to Heartstopper because I wanted to mention who's in it. Olivia Colman's in it. There we go.
Ooh.
I know. She's got a very small part because,
it doesn't matter. Anything she co-signs on, I will jump on.
Do you know she's not that much older than us?
I know.
She's only 48.
I know.
I thought she was in her 50s.
No, she started quite young right out. I mean,
and what's the Peep Show?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, it's really interesting because she's like part of this unusual generation. I mean, I guess they're basically like the British version of The State. Mm-hmm. Like it was like this kind of like this troupe of like 5 or 6 actors that really hit their stride in their early 20s and they've never let go.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's the only one that's still really successful.
So I almost use my Spec Stick as far as lip balm. Do you know what Spec Stick is?
No, what's Spec Stick?
Spec Stick is this product that you put on the inside of your glasses and it keeps them from sliding down your nose if you have an oily nose. And I almost use it as a lip balm just now. So that
dry the hell out of your lips.
That would have been very bad.
Speaking of drying the hell out of your lips, do you want to get into this episode?
Yes, because I love dry lips.
We all have our kinks, don't we? This is season 3, episode 1. Reservations for 12.
Yes.
plus Ursula.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Celebration for season 3. Yay!
Yeah, we made it, girl. We
made it, kiddy. We made it. Look how we made it this far. Ooh, for work on Friday, we had to do like this thing with our clients for breakout rooms, and so I put on like old classic R&B music, and I did it specifically for one of my clients because I was like, oh, she gonna love this, and then I looked over my little corner, my little Zoom, she was like, she just taking her little notes. I was like, that's why I did this. I got you, girl. I got you.
It's like you Patti LaBelle concert all over again.
Oh, hitty. I was thankful Patty didn't come on, because then that would have been me confessing a lot right there to my clients and be like, I'm sorry, y'all. We have to have a talk real quick before this song keeps playing.
Hey, gay. Anyway, Charlene is on the phone with her family.
This is a weird phone call.
And we find out that they're going down to Florida. Oh, my Lord, my phone just fell. They're going down to Florida.
I have a feeling they're on like the West Coast too. Florida.
Yeah. I think they say it's Fort Lauderdale.
Did they? I don't remember them saying a city.
But they always go to the Gulf, don't they?
Yeah, like the Georgia people, right?
Yeah.
That's why they call it the Floribama Shore, because that's where all of the southern people like to go.
Well, they're going to Reese's daughter's condo.
Mm-hmm. Giant condo.
Watch it. No, my God. My fucking God. What should be? What's that trash beach? Daytona. Maybe they're going to Daytona.
My brother goes to Daytona like every year for the bike rally thingy that they have there.
Is he a biker?
Yeah, my older brother.
Wait,
yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry,
no.
you said brother.
The one that you forget I have.
I was picturing Big Sister Maim.
The one that you forget exists.
Well, anyway. Sorry, Mama Maim. I shouldn't have said that. I do apologize.
She understands. She understands. Her memory's not that selective.
Oh, the shade of it all. Anyway, Charlene gets off the phone. She's like, I'm so hopeless while I'm talking to my parents, especially on the holidays. We know except for Halloween. I'm pretty good then.
What was she? I mean, could you imagine what the conversation would be like? What's blah 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 gonna be? What's blah 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 gonna be? And like that's I could imagine that would make her more emotional.
No, because they're ultra conservative Christian. They don't
celebrate. That's right. They do like the church Halloweens, probably
the trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat. That's the name of it.
Yeah. Whereas I would always go to Signal Hill Mall dressed up and go to little stores and get the stuff.
Our church would always we'd always have the pizza party at the Pizza Inn. That was every year for like
Pizza Inn or Village Inn Pizza,
whatever it was called.
Oh,
you knew exactly what I was talking. You know exactly what I was talking about.
Did you know Village Inn Pizza?
This was back in the old location.
I know their new location's big and nice and beautiful. That little, oh my God, the one that was right beside of LTO's and girl, I miss LTO's. That was the.
They had wonderful Mexican food.
They did, and rats.
Yeah. I mean, that whole block of building had,
it's still there.
It was like
it's all still there.
Is it? They haven't even bulldozed it?
No.
Okay, let's move on. That's just insane
Like, girl,
to me.
no. From what I understand, that whole mall area, the mall owns both levels. Okay,
Okay.
so Signal Hill owns the top and the bottom, or the people who own it do, and they have just consistently been filing, or counting as a loss every year for taxes, because it's abandoned and all that. So it's depreciated, so they're getting negative revenue for it. That's why they don't do anything with it.
That is awful.
Yeah, I know.
That space could be so many things.
So many
and
things.
it's right beside the highway.
The interstate, yes. Like right beside the 77.
The interstate literally gets off at the location.
Yes. It's the perfect place for an IKEA. If there ever was a place for an IKEA.
That would be the perfect place. Oh my gosh. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's gross. Or like a Dick's Sporting Goods or like Bass Pro Shop. It would be perfect for a Bass Pro Shop. Good.
It's
gracious.
Cabela's now, but yes.
Oh, they're not Bass Pro Shops anymore?
Well, there are some, but Cabela's bought them, and Cabela's are slightly nicer. We want to go with Cabela's. Okay.
I haven't been in a Bass Pro Shop since I was like 13.
You haven't missed much. They're still the same.
Is it still Fish and Guns?
Fish and guns.
Yeah. America's favorite pastime.
Fishing for guns. You're absolutely right.
Guns.
Anyway, we find out that the pig, Noelle, has a new routine.
Yes.
So every night, and Suzanne wants to make sure that Anthony does this with Noelle. Otherwise, she's not going.
She ain't going.
Every night, she puts the top down in her car. They go to Dairy Queen. They get a Buster Bar, and then they go home and go to bed.
What's a Buster Bar? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what a Buster Bar is either. I
never heard
didn't
of it before.
Me either. Maybe it was an 80s thing. Maybe
I'm not
maybe that was Dairy Queen trying to be a sponsor. Slide that in. Girl, do you remember that Dairy Queen that was in the South Side of Statesville?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Because we used to stop there on our way to my aunt's house. Because remember, I had that aunt that had the house on the airplane field.
No, I don't remember this, but
she refused to move, and so they had to accommodate her house around the airfield. When I say on the airfield, I mean literally on the airfield. Like you had to drive by her house on the way to the balloon rally.
That was her house?
Yes, that was my aunt's house. That kind of house to look like it was almost falling down, but you're like, how is that house there every year?
Yeah.
That's my aunt's house.
Okay. Did she ever sell?
I mean, no, honey, she died. She just died.
Did the family ever sell? These are important
yeah,
questions.
I don't know. Something happened with it. I don't know.
Are you looking up what a Buster Bar is?
Yes.
Okay.
A Buster Bar.
A Buster Bar.
According to the Dairy Queen website, it says it is artificially flavored, reduced fat ice cream with peanuts and thick fudge dipped in a chocolate flavored coating.
Chocolate flavored coating, great.
That whole thing sounds awful.
Yes. Do they still make them?
This is a recent image. This is from the Dairy Queen. They actually have it on their website, actually.
Okay, well, I will not be going and getting one of those.
Yeah, it says
but no,
layer
you know
after layer.
what my favorite thing at Dairy Queen is? Just
the
a chocolate dip.
Oh, I mean, I don't eat ice cream, so I don't really know much about those things.
But you can eat a Frosty because they're not ice cream.
They're not?
They're Cool Whip. They're flavored Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
So, Charlene says a racism story that we are not going to go into.
We are not even going to get into this. I was like,
it
wasn't it was just at the time it wasn't that bad because we were in that weird period of time where that because of the Discovery Channel that did start becoming a thing.
Yeah.
But we aren't going to get into that.
No, we aren't. And she does say, and I just don't think your life's that hard compared to these people.
No. Circumcision with a hot knife. No.
I mean, again, we all have our kinks.
I know, but that kink can only be done once. You got to save that kink for a special day.
You do. Them's for your nuptials night. So, George, the you slavey tonight's gonna be really off the rails, ain't it? Julia says, Anthony, take the pig, and he's like, I don't want to. Here's $100 bonus. Have fun in Florida.
Bon voyage.
Bon voyage, y'all. Why can't Anthony go on any of these trips?
Because
he's black.
It's a couple's family trip like thingy. That's why. I mean, it's all because it's just like it's supposed to be like these weird like family vacations. Mm-hmm. Even though Charlene and Bill don't have families. And...
I would like to say that this sounds like my hell, right?
Well, me too.
Like you're going with the most number of people that I travel with, I think, is other than me and my husband are 4 other people. Like, and that's the edge, right? That's the edge of glory.
Lord.
I'm yeah. I'm glory.
Oh my God. I love you, Gaga. I love you. I looked up to see how much $100 would be in today's money. I was expecting a larger increase. It's just 106. It's just it's not that big of a difference. No. So it's inflation had already kicked in at that point.
So the plane lost Suzanne's luggage.
All of her luggage.
All of it. They're like, oh, it could have taken out a small village, blah, 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 blah.
I did think those jokes were pretty funny, actually. It was weird because they don't normally do like a rapid fire set of like, that was a different structure for them. Like it was like 3 different sets of jokes in a row about her luggage. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, oh, you guys are experimenting with some different story and joke structures. Yeah. Nice.
So they do decide this time that the boys and the girls are going to officially sleep separately, right?
You mean we're not going to have a whole episode where we're fighting about that?
Well, we are, but different.
Darn it.
And there's an au pair room. They're going to hire an au pair to look after the kids. Yes. Well, Suzanne is going to stay in the maid's room because she doesn't have any children, so she can't stay in the children's room. No. She can't stay in the boys' room because she don't want to change from them. She doesn't have any clothes or anything to be in the women's room with, but she does have a maid. So she's going to stay in the maid. I thought that was great.
That to me was the best line of the episode, I personally thought.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
I was like, that's perfect.
So now we're meeting the au pairs.
Yes. So I did have I was a little confused. So
maybe I can answer, but remember, I never had an au pair.
So after
just because I'm white does not mean I had no pair.
I thought all of you people had au pairs.
You people, you people.
I thought it was like I thought of like a scale program, right? Like the paler you are, the more likely the government's going to assign an au pair to you. I thought that's how that works.
Anyway,
so you should have had one because you white girl. You so white.
I got my foundation is light olive, so I do have.
Look at you, you Mediterranean bitch.
I know, right?
Oh my God!
Right?
I don't even know you anymore.
I know.
You used to be white.
Girl, the thing is, it really fucks up with some colors. Like you put a green on, like a light green. Oh, I look so dead. It makes my skin look jaundiced.
Lydia Dietz. Okay, Lydia.
Anyway,
Dietz.
What was your question? What was your question?
So after the eventual person arrives on the show, does that mean that Suzanne's staying in the room with the ladies after that?
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little confused. I was a little confused by that part.
Yeah. So we meet the au pairs, which would be a great TV. Why is this not a reality TV show yet?
I bet there's probably been an au pair reality show.
But instead of like the nanny would, but meet the au pairs, like the dating game, but for au pairs.
Oh, God. Let's see. There is Au Pair Girls from 1972. Okay. There is Au Pair from 1999. Oh my God! It has my original crush in it.
Who?
Oh, Gregory Harrison. Oh, Gregory Harrison.
But these are reality shows, girl. I'm talking about a reality show.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like Beverly Hills Au Pairs.
I would love that show.
Yeah,
you need to call Andy Cohen like right now. We have his number, right?
Hey, Andy, I'll just use my gay phone. Ring, 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 ring.
Is this Nene? Stop calling, Nene. Stop calling me.
Oh, I love Nene. She is my favorite of all of them. Oh, God, she's the only one with any fucking sense. Anyway. And she was on that show that everybody else hated, but I loved.
Yes.
With the gay guy.
She tried to do her little bit of acting. She did. She did.
Just like Caitlyn Jenner and the You Slay Me, we're going to review in a little bit.
I've been like literally for like 2 weeks now. I'm like, oh boy.
Anyway, we meet the au pairs, and one is an old woman who got tied up last time she tried to au pair, and she has always enjoyed reading about children.
Yes.
Her name is Mrs. Wallace, and they send her away.
They do. I feel like I recognize her from something.
Probably.
But I can't. But it's something specific, right? There's sometimes those faces that you'll see them and you're like, I know you from something specifically.
You mean like this one?
No, don't do that ever again. You broke the camera. Sorry. Apparently it just called the government on you. So there you go. That's not a good thing. Okay, so they say Ann Nelson, that's Mrs. Wallace. That's where I know her from.
Where?
She's the lady in Airplane that hangs herself when the guy's telling her the story.
Yeah, she is.
That's why we know her.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
And she was also, I forgot about this, she also was one of the teachers on Fame.
I never watched Fame.
Girl. Oh, Lord, we're going to add that to the list.
It was only on for like a season.
No, honey, that thing was on for over 100 episodes. Fame was popular back then.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
What is the more recent one that had Will and Grace in it? That was about the dancers.
Oh, was it the one that they were trying to do the Marilyn Monroe play or whatever?
I don't remember. Called? Maybe, yeah.
I remember Deborah Messing was in that one. I can't remember the name of. Oh, it was called I don't remember. Anyway,
so
but yeah, that actual. So weirdly enough, life imitating art.
Dear listeners, we'll get through this episode eventually. Go on, girl.
There's not much left, technically. Technically. So the musical in that thing that Deborah Messing was in, that they were making as a fake musical, is actually going to be a real musical on Broadway now.
Okay. God.
Because there is no originality left.
Anyway, the kids run to the beach, and they're like, no, don't go in the water till an adult's there with you. Don't go in the water till an adult's there with you. And then the men are going to go join them out on the beach.
They're going to go help the kids.
And then enters Ursula.
Ursula.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain. What?
Didn't you sing? Was that the one you sang for your audition?
No. Are you talking about in high school?
Yeah. What did you sing for your audition?
She made me a song that the hills are alive with the sound of music.
You should have performed it like that. You would have got a better part.
And then I was Lazy Wolf.
I'm just joking.
Not a good one. But no, so she actually wanted me for my audition, she had me work with the one on how to sing the notes, and they were like, "This is a G." Oh! I'm like, "Great, so you want me to do that? Is that what you want me to do? For the hills are fucking alive? Is that what we're doing here?"
I mean, the one was trying his hardest. He was trying.
The hills are alive. My way.
Every time someone sings at a karaoke, I get triggered. Every
time. I would just go up and get to the Mountain Dew.
I tried to explain to somebody about our early years of karaoke, and people look at me like, "What are you talking?" I'm like, "Yeah, we used to go to a redneck bar. We weren't actually supposed to be in there, but our friend was dating one of the guys because he was older, and he let them. He basically
we were fine. It was 18 and up.
We went before we were 18.
Oh,
we started going when we were 17.
Oh, you're right.
Right, because he basically like told them that we would just stay up at the front and we wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, that, and we knew the owner's son.
I mean, girl, we were breaking some rules, but
we were. We played a lot of pool though.
We were rebels.
We gave them a lot of money.
We gave them a lot of money. We gave them a show every week.
We did. Your Barbie girl.
Thank you. Me and
I don't know how to refer to her as Love Shack.
Right. All of my 80s songs. We gave them a show.
We gave them a show. Now my karaoke consists of Poor Unfortunate Souls. Oh God, what's the Linda Ronstadt song?
Which one? She has a few.
She's the simple one, the hokey one.
Oh, Too Late Baby now? No, that's not her.
That's not it. I always know it whenever it's time, but it leaves me.
Blue Bayou or
not Blue Bayou. Not Blue Bayou. Oh my God. And then the other one is the Me and Bobby McGee. But
yes.
Oh yeah, I do great at that one.
I would love to see that.
Linda Ronstadt songs.
I would love to see you doing Me and Bobby McGee.
Where the hell is it? It's a short little song.
Oh Lord.
It's not. Is it When Will I Be Loved? When Will I Be Loved? It's not that one. Oh my God, this is bothering me. No.
I love that you got on me about being distracted.
You know what?
And you just went down a rabbit hole.
It's so easy.
Oh.
It's so easy to fall in love.
I guess I forgot that was her.
It's so easy to fall in love because it doesn't sound like her. She's not even trying.
Yeah, she probably recorded that in her sleep.
Yeah. Anyway, as you said, we're nearly done with this. So Ursula comes in. She is built like a Steinway. She's very tall,
very tall,
blonde,
very big boobies,
boobies. Wearing a like 80s slutty outfit,
literally like
outfit.
She is not dressed professionally at all.
And the boys are a gag and a gog.
And gooped.
And gooped and gagged. And their nuts are all buttered. Let me just tell you.
It's like almost cartoonish how they're behaving.
It is Hello Nurse times 2000.
Yep. Even Reese, who I was very surprised about.
Well, she is very qualified. Her mother was the wet nurse to the Queen of Denmark.
She has her master's in child psychology or something like that.
She speaks 7 languages. She was on the 1980 and 84 Olympic swim team.
She was Miss Denmark. Oh, wait, no, she was the runner-up to Miss Denmark because she did not sleep with the judges.
Right. And she stayed the Cordon Bleu in Paris.
Yes. She's done so much by the age of 27. I'm really impressed.
So Maryjo has a little sly remark after she leaves, after they interview her and she leaves. Well, we know where they got the name au pair about the boobies. Comedy, girl, comedy.
And the guys are just like, I like her.
The boys are like, oh my God, she's so good. And Reese is like, you girls feel threatened.
I mean, technically, on paper, she was actually overqualified for this role.
Yep. And Bill's laughing with the men because the women.
He's starting to convert now. He's like,
he is.
Bill, we had such hopes for you.
And so Maryjo's like, you know what? We're gonna hire her.
And the ladies are like, what?
Yep.
They're gooped. The ladies are gooped. Maryjo, what have you done?
So now it's the next morning. They're at breakfast. Maryjo, Charlene, and Julia are just complaining on and on and on. And
they look terrible too. They look terrible.
They look horrible. And Suzanne was like, apparently Ursula had spent some time in the jungle and was like giving everybody this great story. And Suzanne's like, well, you should just tell them your little jungle story there, Charlene.
The racist one.
The racist one.
Yeah, because we're gonna bring that joke back because it's needed.
Yep. Suzanne is like, gives the best advice of all of them. She's like, rise to the occasion. Like, y'all are sitting here looking like trash. If you ain't gonna fire her, rise to the occasion. Make yourselves beautiful.
Oh, I mean, I was trying to go backwards, right? And other than episodes where like somebody is sick, this was the worst that those three looked so far on the show. And it was just like,
yeah. So Julia's like, we shouldn't be resenting her. And this is where you actually find out that Ursula was almost Miss Denmark. We find out that Suzanne reported a judge who tried to sleep with her for homosexual activity and got him fired.
With the bellboy.
God. So then they decide, it's later on that night, and Suzanne's luggage is there.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing a little tiara.
It looks cute. That pink outfit is cute.
And they decide to play charades. And they change the ladies. It's the ladies versus the men plus Ursula, right?
Right, because their men are short one because Suzanne doesn't have what's his name? Dix, whatever his name is,
yes,
not there.
Whatever. Yeah. Dax.
I guess this is when Major Dad started.
Dax, doesn't that sound like a porn name?
Dax.
Actually,
I have a friend down here that does porn who is named actually Dex, Dexx. So it's really funny that you said that. I was like, oh, of course I have a friend. I mean, half the people in South Florida are sex workers. It's just a part of living here.
Oh goodness! I have OnlyFans. I know where they are. Anyway,
mine's on right now.
I'm sorry you're having tip people. Anyway, so they pick. Julia writes something down specifically for Ursula.
Yep, about Henry Kissinger.
Yes, hands it to Ursula, and Ursula just looks at it like, I can get it. And then she just starts kissing them all the boys on the cheeks and the mouths.
Then on the lips, which I was like,
And then Bill gets it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's this book about Kissinger.
I just want to be real, right? So far up until this point, I don't have a problem with Ursula. She's fine. She just has her way. But as soon as she kisses somebody on the mouth, I thought, you crossed the line there, girl. No. And they didn't even say nothing about that part because that would have been, game would have been over.
Okay, Ursula, this is done.
You got to go. It's time to go.
And the men have to go.
It's time to go.
Thank you for letting us stay here, but y'all need to go on because I want to have a pleasant time and take the kids with you because this is now just a girls' trip.
Yep, just go on, all of you. Go on. No, you can't be kissing. What? No.
So it's later on in the evening. The men are all asleep, and the girls barge into the room. And Maryjo's like, we like Ursula. We actually really like Ursula. And Julia's like, it's you that we don't like.
The collective you.
Yes. It turns into a boys versus girls thing anytime we go on a trip together. Why does it do that? And Maryjo's like, what if the tables were turned? What if we had a hot guy au pair here?
Mm-hmm. With a giant appendage, as she alluded to. Which I'm not sure how they would know that based on just interviewing him, but...
I mean, in Soap Dish, Carrie Fisher, no. What's his name? Flash? Was that what it was?
Oh no, Mark. Mark's good.
The waiter.
Yeah, Mark. No, what about Mark? Mark's good. What about Mark? When they were trying to find somebody to die in the scene. What about Mark? Mark's good. Will you be having wine with dinner? Sorry. I say that way too much in my life. Will you be having wine with dinner? I say it a lot, actually. And I'm the only person that's laughing after I say it. The only person.
Oh, God. Anyway, so Reese kind of apologizes.
Dude, he does that apology. He makes that weird, goofy face. Like,
yeah.
I know that I'm BSing right now.
And then at the very end, it's like, there's no other women like these, right?
Just like the last time.
So Suzanne walks in, opens the door, this is later on, and finds them all sleeping together in their different little, like, bunks.
Escandalo.
And she then, well, you know, they probably, like, had some sex with each other.
I mean, probably not, but... I mean, it doesn't... Technically, like, when he turned off the light, I was like, how is this going to play out exactly? Like, are they all just going to... I
don't know.
They're all just going to kind of kiss each other for a little bit and then just go to sleep, I guess? Like,
I mean, at that age, at that part of marriage, with children, you're just going to go sleep.
That's true.
There ain't any kissing.
That's what I understand for all of my friends that have children. I don't have
Girl,
that.
I ain't got children. That's what it is with my friend, with me.
You got children. Don't say that. What if Irene was around right now?
Hey, girl, let me just tell you, I don't even cuddle anymore because it's too hot.
As soon as I go in the room, I turn the fan on.
Yeah.
I don't even try to gauge it.
Your fan doesn't just stay on.
Oh,
Ours just stays on.
Never. Yeah. No. And I remember who I'm married to. There's no. If we're not in that room, that fan is not on.
God, ours are upstairs, so the fan is always on, circulate that air. Both bedrooms, all the time.
I tried to say that, but then he invoked some sort of article that said that it didn't actually do any good or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay.
He's wrong. Anyway, having worked in factories for a long, long time, keeping fans on can actually cool the house, like keep it cooler.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought before. I thought that, but he told me that wasn't true. So
he's wrong.
I can't wait for you to visit to tell him that.
Oh, I won't, unless you want me to.
Of course I do.
Okay. By the way, you know about these fans, you're absolutely wrong, right? Thanks.
Or just have him listen to this podcast.
Just this one episode.
Like, can you listen to the new season 3 just to let me know how it sounds? How do the audio levels sound?
How is the audio level?
Just the whole episode.
Hey, MrMahaffey, you're wrong. Anyway.
I heard that. Audio's great. Thanks for that.
Okay, so Suzanne has a conversation with Ursula. Ursula's getting up for her morning jog. She has a conversation with her, and she's like,
that outfit, oof, it gave me 80s flashbacks. Oof.
So she's like, Ursula, I know you enjoyed what you were doing to the men. Well, I didn't know. Don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You enjoyed it. And here's the thing, Ursula. You're too much, and I know you're too much because I'm too much. And then she's like, and by the way, Ursula, you're going to be fired after this. I'm going to write you a check, and I'm going to tell everybody you had to run back home to Denmark. And it's okay. It's perfectly fine. And then she says, Suzanne picks up her cup of coffee, does a cheers, and says, happy vacation, girls. And then she puts on a crown.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. This was a good Suzanne episode.
Well, ma'am, did you find yourself a Miss Georgia world?
I do, but I'm stuck, right? Because I'm kind of stuck between two different looks on the same person. So
Which two Suzanne looks.
I loved I loved her pink outfit a lot because I love a peplum on her. But I think I'm gonna give it to her last outfit, that purple. With the sleeves and the ostrich feathers and all.
Yes, because she's a lot.
She's a lot, and that's what it was a perfect, because I was like,
I gagged so much about that one, girl. I love it so much.
Yeah, I wanted it.
God.
Talk about trend setting, because that's a thing now, right? That thing she's wearing there that people probably thought was silly, that's a thing at this point. So,
well, did you enjoy this episode?
I enjoyed it more than the last episode. That's not actually saying a lot, but I did enjoy it more than the last, right? I enjoyed personally Suzanne's parts, and I did actually enjoy, and I know this will sound weird, but I kind of enjoyed watching how Holbrook be sort of like silly in a way that I don't really ever see him be silly like this in anything. Yeah. So like plot wise, I'm like, well, this is like the last episode, but just in terms of those two pieces, that's why it pushes it more into the positive for me. But gotcha. I mean, the rest, it's just kind of like the last episode, which I really don't know why CBS would have done these two things back to back like this. But
so I
that's a no.
It's okay. Like, I will say this: the same thing that happened in this episode that happened in the last episode happened in this episode, where my husband was like, "I can't. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this again."
You know what? It would have been better. I mean, okay, we always do our rewrite, right?
Let's rewrite it.
I think what would have been so much better is between the time period before charades, right? If we had gone back to Atlanta to see Anthony and Noelle's adventure, that would have been a perfect palate cleanser.
Yes.
To kind of get the silliness back into the show.
Yep.
Before we then had this very strange game of charades. Because the fact that they just stay there the whole time, that's kind of like what was wrong with the last one. Is like,
and then you could fire her right after she kisses the guys. Like, the guys know that the moment she kisses them, oh no, it's too much.
Right.
You know what? You're gone.
The guys look surprised. The guys didn't even look surprised. They weren't even like, oh, she just kissed me on the mouth. Like
that happens, and then they're like, no, goodbye, we're committed relationships. And that's the end of the episode. And they hug and kiss and say, I love you.
They like jump up and down like it's Price is Right. And I was like, that's not how this would work technically.
My husband stopped watching the minute they all went, am not, like stood up in a row. And I was like, oh God, it really is that bad.
Yeah. It's definitely, I don't know. There was a part of me that I almost felt like this was like not a specific season 3 episode, and it did not. There was something about it that had no kind of premiere element, because you remember back in the 80s, season premieres were big deals. It was like always something really cool, or there was like a guest star, or like this was just felt very much like a throwaway episode, which was kind of strange.
Yeah.
So I mean,
didn't they,
like I said,
didn't they used to do like every once in a while soft premiere before the actual season premiere?
Sometimes, but it just depends, because you remember, like, there used to be that thing. Oh man, do you remember the TV preview when they used to do those the primetime preview half-hour specials? Oh,
maybe that's what this was. Maybe this was the preview thing.
Maybe
that could have been it.
Because I mean, because it's just. It does not have any sort of energy to it that's like, oh, this is a new season. It's like,
I agree.
So it's just like, but at the same time, the season 2 actually kind of started like that too. Because we're like, did they go backwards in time? Because why are they broke again? And why are we having this conversation again? I thought the business was doing better.
Well, girl, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Hello, everybody. I'm your Auntie Maim. You're stupid. So let's see. So on the interwebs, you can find me at auntie.maim. That's MAIM. On the Facebook and the Instagram. If you're on the Twitter, it's at Maim Ministry. If you are wanting to just come see me in real life and you happen to be living or on vacation down in South Florida, I do improvised comedy at the Villain Theater in Miami, which is...
What if there's a zombie in South Florida?
There's a zombie?
Well, you said if they're living in South Florida. What if there's a zombie?
Oh, don't go out to Homestead. You won't find any brains. So you're not going
or
to.
at any of her shows either.
Yeah, especially Miami Beach. So Villain Theater, that's where I do improv. I host a weekly stand-up comedy show called Laughs at Lit in Fort Lauderdale, and I host a karaoke / cabaret show in Miami Beach called Amazing Colossal Karaoke at a little dive bar called Kill Your Idol. So that's what I do. That's why I don't sleep. How about you, Mims?
Hi, I'm the Divine Miss Mims, and I sleep. You can find me on Twitter at Divine Miss Mims. You can find this podcast on Twitter at Baking Sugar Pod. Maim, we have a Patreon.
What?
You can find that online at patreon.com/Mims and Maim. Maim, we have another Pudicasting.
What?
You can look for You Slay Me wherever you get your podcast today. Oh,
Don't
my
sleep
God,
on it.
I ripped that one round out, didn't I?
You did that quite fast.
Well, Maim, do you have anything to add? I need to go find some buttered nuts.
I have some salty nuts, but not buttered nuts, so I'm sorry.
Okay, well then why don't you just say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.